Good morning there. Bruce Kittle here with Thunderbird Performance, the Hidden Pearls podcast, and coming with you at another Mindful Monday. So happy Monday to you. Today is President's Day. I hope it's a great one. And, well, let's just hope our president can rise up and do the things that he needs to do and the rest of us. So anyway, aside from that, a quick note. Last week I did a little thing on relationships around Valentine's Day. And I was reminded I failed to mention specifically my own love. So Jan, happy Valentine's Day, a week late. And a thank you for supporting me and loving me and being with me through all these years. So thank you very much. So we're going to do a little bit of breathing again. I'm going to do the same exercise that we did last time. So there's 3 different versions. First one is inhale wide. We're just relaxing and stretching and growing. And exhale tall. So as you do so, just kind of visualizing at least rising up. We'll take 3 breaths with that, and then we'll do our box breath with a 5 and 6 count in and out. And then we'll close with just an exaggerated kind of breath. So deep inhale and exaggerated sigh on the way out. So encourage you to get into a comfortable spot. If you can close your eyes and relax a little bit, that's great. Only do so if you're safe to do that. And I'll use the chime here just a little bit to kind of ring us in and out of the various breaths. So here we would go. Just getting centered and kind of find your space. A couple normal relaxing breaths. And so inhale in wide. Exhale tall. Inhale wide. Exhale tall. Inhale wide. Bringing in everything that you need and want for this day. Strength, courage, vision. Exhale tall. Letting go of anything that does not serve you, that you do not need. Transition to a little box breath. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 deep cleansing breaths. All right. So, hope that helps ground and center just a little bit. You can do those on your own at any time. So, today I've got kind of 2 different resources I just want to mention as I'm working on this. This will seem a little bit odd, but anyway, over the weekend, for whatever reason, found Miley Cyrus doing a song with Metallica, Nothing Else Matters. Anyway, then I started listening to some Miley Cyrus stuff. So, and I haven't traditionally been not a non-fan, but just haven't really listened. But anyway, most of you will all know her song, The Climb. And it just kind of got me thinking. And so I'm just going to read these lyrics, just the first verse or so. And it really got me thinking about what we talked about, being present in the moment, which is kind of the whole point of mindfulness. So let's just do that real quick. So thanks and shout out to Miley. from her song The Climb. I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying you'll never reach it. So follow up later on negative self-talk and working on that, because it happens to everybody. So just kind of comment on that. But anyway, every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaking. But I got to keep trying, got to keep my head held high. There's always going to be another mountain. I'm always going to want to make it move. Always going to be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm going to have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. The struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. I may not know it, but these are the moments that I'm going to remember most. Yeah, just got to keep going. And I got to be strong, just keep pushing on, because there's always going to be another mountain. So I'd kind of been listening to that, and I watched several. I'm not on social media really, so but I pulled up a couple YouTubes and kind of watched it, and it's kind of, she really belts it out. So I like that because it really does talk about, in in our 4 stages of planning, performance planning, we talk about kind of your big why, and then kind of your vision and goals, and then the process about kind of action steps, and then value alignment about who you're going to be, and then the 4th one is staying present in the moment. This is really, kind of captures a lot of them within that context, because it talks about, that there are mountains that we want to climb. And so certainly your North Star, as endurance coach Chris Hauth likes to talk about. He's got a great podcast, so it's Hauth if you haven't listened to him. But he talks about it as your North Star, kind of the overall guiding principle about why you're doing whatever it is that you're doing, as you're doing that. And so we do climb these mountains, but kind of staying present in that moment and really embracing the climb. And so I think I've mentioned this before in this podcast. So the family night, especially when the kids were in high school, my favorite summer was off to Colorado to climb a mountain. And the climbing mountain process is really about just putting one foot in front of the other, staying focused where you are and not looking too far ahead, because there's a lot of false summits. And if you really see the peak way up there at 14,000 plus feet, it can be a little bit intimidating. So you just keep putting one foot in front of the other, even those small steps, and it kind of gets you there. And I've talked about, small consistent steps all taken in the same direction lead to amazing results. So there's a little bit about that. And then I did want to go back. So, and then I was listening to Chris's podcast this weekend, and they got into a conversation about, Chris doesn't like the term when people say embrace the suck, so we know that when we do hard things, which is kind of the whole kind of piece about some of the physical stuff that we do in our workouts and all that kind of stuff. But he resisted, or at least backed up against or pushed back to this notion about embrace the suck, which is kind of a common theme. And so, and basically his point was, and I think there's some strength in this, is that when we talk about embracing the suck, we've already predefined the hard thing that we're going to do is sucking. And I know, and kind of we all know that there's some reality to that. But again, in the kind of mindfulness tradition, the idea is just to accept our reality with what is. Not saying that it's okay, but it's also not saying whether it's good or bad, because when we predisposition and kind of contextualize it in that way, and we define it already as being bad, then typically life rises up to meet our expectations, right? So we know we're going to do a hard thing, but when we phrase it as embracing the suck, I think Chris's point was not to make it suck. It just is. It's what we've signed up for. It's what we are trying to accomplish, and that quote suck, that is the climb, right? I mean, it's the day-to-day process of creating new habits, new patterns of behavior that take us. Those are the action steps that we engage in each day, each moment really, in order to choose who we want to be and living life in alignment with not only our goals and our vision and our bigger purpose why, but also with the values about who it is that we really want to be in those difficult moments. So kind of avoiding that whole piece is, acceptance and being present in that moment. And that's where we talk about being intentional and deliberate, really showing up and getting out of what it is you need to get out of that experience and trying to define that for yourself and not making it any worse than it really is. And so life offers us all kinds of challenges. And I guess this week I just encourage you maybe to reframe how you're thinking about some of those things in your life that you don't particularly care for. Some people maybe you don't particularly care for being with, that you have to deal with. And just maybe suspending judgment, because that's really what mindfulness is, right? It's paying attention to our thoughts and emotions without judging them, because it opens us up to the possibility of both the lessons that we might learn in those moments, and also that maybe they turn out a little bit better than we thought. Maybe there's a little bit more for it. And if we don't frame it in a certain particular way, we're leaving ourselves open to both the mysteries of the universe and whatever that experience might have for us. So anyway, I hope you're doing well. Thank you, Miley, for the climb. All right. So hope that resonates with folks just a little bit. Thank you, Chris, for your conversation as well. And I'm wishing you a very mindful week, one open to the possibilities of acceptance without judgment, and being present in all those moments in a way that not only aligns with your values, but allows you to show up in the ways that you want to show up. Take care. Have a super great week. Thank you.